Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Well, today we're heading south of the border to sunny Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Sounds nice.
We'll be exploring a luxury development called Avanti Golf and Marina, using marketing materials from lead broker Paul Trimmer.
So we're getting the insider's perspective then.
Exactly. I'm really excited about this one because it ties together real estate, sustainability, and of course the allure of that Vallarta lifestyle.
Let's dive in.
So first up, set the scene for us. What is Avanti Golf and Marina all about?
Avanti is all about upscale living. That resort-style feel, but designed for full-time residents.
Interesting.
It features 2 towers with 127 units and a big focus on high-end finishes.
I've heard a lot of new developments in Puerto Vallarta are leaning towards smaller units for the vacation rental market.
Yeah, you're right, but Avanti is bucking that trend. They're targeting buyers who want a more permanent slice of paradise.
Makes sense. And where is it located exactly?
It's in Marina Vallarta, so you've got easy access to beaches, the golf course, and a ton of great restaurants.
Location, 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 right.
It's key.
Now, I noticed that the lead broker, Paul Trimmer, has a pretty unique connection to this project. What's the story there?
Oh, it's a fascinating story. 5 years ago, Paul was living in New Zealand, but was thinking about making a move to Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
And get this, his then father-in-law was actually in the process of buying the land where Avanti is being built.
Wow, talk about a small world.
I know, right? So Paul ended up establishing his real estate business in Vallarta, and now he's the lead broker for the very project developed by his family.
So it's a real full circle moment for him.
Totally. Tower 1 is scheduled to be done in July 2026, with Tower 2 following in December 2027.
It seems like with that connection, he must be really passionate about this project.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Enough about the backstory, though. Let's get into the details. What can residents expect? What does luxury look like at Avanti?
Well, picture this. You step out of your condo and have a choice of 3, yes 3, heated pools.
Wow.
And if that's not enough, they've got the same number of jacuzzis.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Lots of options for relaxation. They also have cabanas, poolside service from the on-site bar and restaurant, and even a pickleball court.
Pickleball, huh? Keeping up with the times.
Exactly. They've really thought of everything to create that resort-like atmosphere.
But what about residents who might not be so pool-focused? Are there other amenities to keep them active or pampered?
Oh, absolutely. Avanti has a fully equipped gym, a yoga space, and a spa and salon offering everything from massages to pedicures.
Sounds pretty nice.
And if that wasn't enough, they even have concierge service to help you book everything.
So whether you're a fitness fanatic or just want to relax and be pampered, they've got it covered.
Exactly.
What about for people who work remotely or for families? Is it set up for them?
They've got that covered too. There are dedicated workspaces, a quiet adults-only rooftop terrace, and of course a family-friendly pool area with a children's play area.
They're really trying to create a self-contained community then.
It seems like it.
Now, sustainability is a big thing for me. How does Avanti stack up in that department?
Well, this is where things get interesting. They are going for LEED certification, which is a globally recognized stamp of approval for sustainability.
That's good to hear. So it's more than just a buzzword?
Yeah, it means they're meeting really high standards for energy and water efficiency and indoor environmental quality.
So what does that look like in practice? Are they just checking boxes or doing something innovative?
They're actually using some really innovative technologies, like incorporating transparent solar glass into the pergolas.
Transparent solar glass so you get shade and generate energy at the same time. That's pretty neat.
Exactly. And there's more. They're also using gas turbines to generate electricity for the common areas.
Gas turbines, are those noisy?
No, these ones are super quiet. And they don't produce any odors either. And get this, they're actually capturing the exhaust heat from the turbines and using it to heat the pools, jacuzzis, and provide hot water to all the residences.
Now that is impressive. So they're reducing reliance on traditional energy sources, which is great for the planet. But are there any direct benefits for the residents besides, feeling good about living sustainably?
Absolutely. All of these measures are aimed at reducing operating costs, which translates to lower HOA fees for residents.
So it's a win-win, good for the environment and good for your wallet.
You got it.
Color me impressed. So far, Avanti sounds pretty incredible, but let's face it, a lot of new developments look amazing on paper, and then you get nickel and dimed once you actually move in.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Is there anything unique about Avanti that addresses that concern?
Well, one thing that really sets them apart is the level of customization they offer during pre-construction. You're not stuck with just the standard finishes. They have an upgrade package with different materials and color palettes, so you can have more control over the final look and feel.
So you can personalize your space.
Exactly. And if you want to go even further, they have an in-house interior design team that can create a bespoke design just for you.
Wow, so you can work with them to design your dream condo before it's even built.
Exactly. No need for stressful and expensive renovations after you move in, which often void warranties too. When you move into your unit, it's already perfect.
Now that we've talked about all the fancy finishes, let's move on to the living spaces themselves. What kinds of floor plans are we looking at?
This is where Avanti's focus on spacious living comes in. They're not just building cookie-cutter condos.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about the options.
Well, if you're looking for a lock-and-leave place or a full-time residence for one or two people, their one-bedroom unit is a surprisingly spacious 976 square feet.
Not bad at all.
And they've really used the space efficiently with a separate dining area and a kitchen peninsula.
Clever design is always appreciated. What else is there?
Then you have the Gland unit, which is a three-bedroom, three-bathroom beauty spanning 1,730 square feet.
Spacious.
It's designed with flexibility in mind so that third bedroom could be a home office, a guest room, whatever you need.
Having options is always a good thing.
Absolutely. And for those who want to spread out even more, there's the Comfort unit.
Okay, tell me more about that one.
It's a two-bedroom plus den layout, clocking in at 1,909 square feet. It boasts a wraparound patio, perfect for enjoying the Vallarta sunshine, and even a private patio off the second bedroom.
Indoor-outdoor living at its finest. And what if someone wants the most luxurious option available?
Well, if you're looking for the ultimate in luxury living, you have to check out their penthouse units. They're just under 2,400 square feet with three bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and multiple private patios.
Wow, a penthouse in paradise. What more could you ask for?
Not much. Imagine waking up to panoramic ocean views from your master bedroom patio, or enjoying sunset cocktails on your living room patio.
Sounds pretty amazing. Anything else?
Yes, the prime garden units. Now, these are on the ground floor, but they're far from ordinary. Think 14.4-foot ceilings, 3,250 square feet of living space, three bedrooms, and a mezzanine level in the master bedroom.
Hold on, a mezzanine? That's incredible.
Right. The possibilities are endless. You could have a second living area, a library, an office, even a yoga studio up there.
You've convinced me. Avanti is definitely not skimping on space. But let's get down to brass tacks. What are the price points for these different units?
Okay, so the one-bedroom units start at $320,000 and go up to $375,000, depending on location within the building and view. The GLAM units start at $606,000, and the Comfort units have variable pricing that Paul can discuss with interested buyers.
Okay, a decent range so far.
For those penthouse dreams, you're looking at starting prices of $876,000. And finally, those luxurious prime garden units start at $960,000.
So there's something for a variety of budgets, and I imagine those prices are even more attractive when you consider the pre-construction discounts. What kind of payment options are available?
Avanti has three flexible payment plan options. You can put down 30% with monthly installments over 18 to 24 months and get a 3% discount. Or if you have a larger down payment, you can choose the 50% option, also with installments, and get a 5% discount.
That's pretty flexible.
And then for those who are ready to make a bigger commitment up front, there's a 90% down payment option, which comes with a hefty 7% discount.
So you can really tailor the payment plan to fit your financial situation.
Exactly.
Now, some of our listeners might be wondering, why invest in pre-construction at all? What are the advantages compared to buying something that's already built?
Well, one of the biggest advantages is that you're basically locking in a price today for a property that will be finished in a couple of years. Historically, property values tend to increase during that construction phase.
So you could potentially see a decent return on investment from that appreciation alone.
Exactly. And then there's the option of generating rental income, which is a big draw for many investors. With its prime location, luxurious amenities, and spacious layouts, Avanti is well positioned to attract high-end renters, both short-term and long-term.
Right, so you could potentially cover your costs or even generate positive cash flow through rentals.
That's the idea.
But let's be real, no investment is completely risk-free. What are some potential downsides or things to be cautious about when it comes to pre-construction, especially in a foreign country?
Well, you always have to weigh the potential rewards with the risks. One thing to consider is the possibility of construction delays. Projects don't always go exactly according to plan, and sometimes things happen that are outside of the developer's control.
So patience is key in pre-construction, especially if you're eager to move in or start renting it out.
Absolutely.
What else should potential investors keep in mind?
Another thing to consider is the overall market conditions. Real estate markets go up and down, and there's always a chance that the market could cool off between the time you invest and the time the project is finished.
So it's important to do your research and make sure you're comfortable with the current market trends and the potential for future changes.
Exactly. You don't want to just fall in love with the pretty pictures and ignore the bigger picture.
Right. It's important to be realistic and understand that no investment is a sure thing. That's why it's always a good idea to talk to professionals like real estate attorneys and financial advisors who can help you assess the risks and make informed decisions.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, we talked about some safeguards that Avanti has in place, like having all their building permits and working with an experienced team. But for someone who's considering investing in Mexico, what else should they be looking for in terms of security and transparency?
One important thing to understand is that Mexico has made big changes in recent years to make real estate investment more secure for foreigners. They've streamlined the laws and regulations, and there are now clear processes in place to protect buyers' rights.
So it's not the Wild West of real estate anymore.
Not at all. It's a much more regulated and investor-friendly environment now. And remember, Avanti is listed on Flex MLS, which adds another layer of assurance.
Right, we talked about that earlier. It's a multiple listing service that verifies properties and developers to make sure everything is legitimate.
Exactly. So while there are always risks with any investment, Avanti has taken extra steps to minimize those risks and give buyers peace of mind.
That's reassuring to hear. Now, we've talked a lot about Avanti itself, but let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture. What makes Marina Vallarta such a desirable location? What's the overall vibe of the neighborhood?
Well, Marina Vallarta is known for being very safe, walkable, and offering that ideal blend of convenience and luxury. It's a well-maintained area with everything you need within easy reach. Supermarkets, restaurants, cafes, hospitals, and even the international airport.
Sounds like you have all the essentials right there, but I'm guessing people don't just come to Marina Vallarta to run errands. What about the fun stuff? What's the vibe like?
Well, for starters, you're right next to a beautiful beach. There's also a world-class golf course, a marina perfect for boating, and plenty of options for walking and cycling. You've got shopping malls, fitness centers, yoga studios, even a highly rated private American school.
So a good mix of activity and relaxation with something for everyone. What about the surrounding area? Is it easy to get out and explore other parts of Puerto Vallarta?
Absolutely. Marina Vallarta is centrally located in Bahia de Banderas, so you're within easy reach of all the surrounding areas and charming towns. You can hop on a bus or taxi and be in the heart of Puerto Vallarta in no time.
So you get the best of both worlds, the peace and quiet of Marina Vallarta and the excitement of the city just a short trip away. Now, I have to ask, with the golf course right there, are there any perks for Avanti residents who like to hit the links?
Of course. As a pre-construction buyer at Avanti, you get exclusive VIP discounts on memberships at the Marina Golf Club.
Well, that's a perk I can get behind. So let me just sum up for our listeners what we've covered so far. We've got a luxurious development with amazing amenities, a commitment to sustainability, spacious units, and a prime location in a safe and vibrant neighborhood. Plus, there are golf discounts. Did I miss anything?
I think you got it all.
Welcome back to our deep dive on Avanti Golf and Marina. Last time we really got a feel for the place. Those prime garden units, the ones with the mezzanines, I'm kind of obsessed.
Oh yeah, there's something else.
But okay, gotta be practical too. Before we all book our flights to Mexico, let's talk investment. It's tempting to just picture ourselves living there, but we need to think smart too.
For sure.
So why Avanti as an investment, not just a pretty place to live?
Right. Well, we did touch on that potential for appreciation during construction, but it's worth going a bit deeper. When you buy pre-construction, you're essentially locking in today's price.
Makes sense.
But you're getting a property that will be worth more once it's built, assuming the market keeps going up. Historically, this type of investment has performed really well, especially in places like Puerto Vallarta.
So there's a built-in profit even before you set foot in the place.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you've got the option to make rental income. For a lot of investors, that's a huge draw.
Yeah, for sure.
Avanti, with that prime location, the luxury amenities, the spacious layouts, it's ideal for attracting those higher-end renters, people on vacation, or even longer stays.
So it could cover your costs, maybe even bring in cash beyond that.
That's the goal.
And speaking of costs, Avanti does have those flexible payment plans, which could be a big help for some buyers, right?
Well, those payment plans are huge, especially for people who don't want to put down a massive amount all at once. You pick the plan that works, spread out the payments over time, it makes it more attainable.
I can see that. But, okay, gotta be honest, no investment is without risk. What are some downsides here, things to be cautious about with pre-construction, especially in another country?
You always got to weigh both sides, right? The rewards, but the risks too. One thing is, there's always a chance of construction delays. Things don't always go perfectly to plan. Stuff happens sometimes.
So patience is important with pre-construction, especially if you're ready to move in or get that rental income going.
Absolutely.
Anything else investors should be aware of?
Yeah, got to think about the market overall too. Real estate, it fluctuates. It's always possible that the market could dip between when you invest and when the project's done.
Right. It's not just about loving the pictures. Got to think bigger picture.
Exactly. Got to be realistic. No investment is a guaranteed home run. Talking to the professionals, like real estate lawyers, financial advisors, that's always smart. They can help you figure out the risks, make good decisions.
Solid advice. Now, we did talk about some of Avanti's safeguards, like having the building permits and the experienced team. But for someone totally new to investing in Mexico, what else should they look for? How do they know it's secure and transparent?
It's important to know Mexico has made a lot of progress in recent years. They want foreign real estate investment, so they've made it more secure. The laws, the regulations, it's all been streamlined. Clear processes now to protect the buyer's rights.
So it's not like taking a gamble anymore.
No, not at all. It's much more regulated, much more investor-friendly. And don't forget, Avanti being on FlexMLS, that helps too.
Right, right. We mentioned that before. It's that service that checks out the properties and developers so you know things are legitimate.
Exactly. So there's always some risk with any investment, but Avanti has gone the extra mile to reduce that, give buyers that peace of mind.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening thinking, Avanti sounds amazing, Mexico sounds amazing, maybe this is it. What are some key questions they should ask themselves before jumping in?
That's a good question. First thing, got to know your goals. What are you actually trying to achieve with this investment? Short-term gain, long-term appreciation, rental income, or maybe all three.
So have a vision, know what you want to get out of it.
For sure. Then got to think about your risk tolerance too. How comfortable are you with the market possibly going down? Or with unexpected delays? Because let's be real, those things can happen.
No guarantees, especially with pre-construction.
Nope. And of course, got to look at your own finances realistically. Can you actually afford that down payment? And the ongoing cost of owning property in Mexico. Property taxes, HOA fees, all that.
So it's not just the purchase price, it's the whole picture, long term.
100%. And beyond the money, think about how you'll use the place. Vacation home, full-time living. Primarily rental. That changes what floor plan makes sense, where the development you want to be, even your whole investment strategy.
Makes sense. Don't buy a 3-bedroom penthouse if you're only going to be there 2 weeks a year.
Exactly. And the lifestyle you want matters too. Heart of the action, close to the marina, the beach, or something quieter. Marina Vallarta has options, so it's about finding your fit.
Aligning your goals and your lifestyle. I like that. Now, let's get back to Avanti and sustainability for a minute. We talked about LEED certification, the cool technology they're using, but how does that actually benefit the residents day to day?
The biggest thing people will notice is probably those lower HOA fees. By using renewable energy, being energy efficient, Avanti's goal is to really cut down those operating costs. That means lower monthly fees for everyone living there.
Saving the planet and your wallet. I like it.
And it matters more and more to buyers these days, especially in luxury. People want their investment to reflect their values, and sustainability is a big part of that now.
It's not optional anymore. It's got to be there.
Exactly. Avanti's leading the way on that.
We mentioned the developers have a good track record, which is a plus. But for someone brand new to buying in Mexico, what should they know about the process in general? Is it wildly different from, say, buying in the U.S.?
There are some differences, but the process itself is pretty straightforward, especially if you've got a good real estate agent helping you. First thing, connect with the agent. That'd be Paul Tremor in this case. He'll give you all the info on the project, units, pricing, all that.
So Paul's the guy to talk to about Avanti.
Yep. Once you find a unit you like, you sign a reservation agreement, put down a deposit to lock it in. Similar to earnest money in the U.S., it shows you're serious and it secures that price for you.
Okay, first step done. Then what?
Then you get to the purchase agreement. This lays out all the terms of the sale. Legally binding stuff, so it's really important to have a real estate lawyer look it over, make sure you understand everything. In Mexico, it's normal for both the buyer and seller to have their own lawyers, which is a little different from the U.S.
So everyone's protected, everyone's on the same page, and once that agreement is signed,
you make that down payment we talked about, choose your payment plan, and then construction gets going. Avanti will keep you posted on the progress, and when it's all done, you close on the property, get the keys to your brand new cocoto.
it's a journey, but an exciting one. Now, before we go to the last part of our deep dive, I want to touch on something I think is really important. The cultural side, the lifestyle of living in Mexico. It's not just about the building itself, right?
Right. Investing in property is investing in a lifestyle, too.
Exactly. So in the next part, we'll get into what it's like to actually live in Puerto Vallarta. The culture, the food, the people, all that makes the city special. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back for the final part of our Avanti Golf and Marina deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground already, the details of the development, how pre-construction investment works in Mexico, all that. But now I want to talk about, to me, one of the most important things, the lifestyle.
It's key, right?
What's the point of having a gorgeous condo in paradise if you don't actually enjoy living there?
Exactly.
So let's focus on Puerto Vallarta itself. What makes it such a draw? For vacationers, for expats, what's that magic?
Puerto Vallarta it has it all. I mean, stunning beaches, those mountains covered in lush greenery, a culture that's so vibrant, people are welcoming, and you've got everything you could need convenience-wise.
Plus, it's relatively easy to get to from the U.S. and Canada. Huge bonus if you're thinking second home, retirement, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Vallarta's done a great job. They've got that international appeal, but they haven't lost the authentic Mexican feel.
You get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You've got bustling markets with local crafts, right next to world-class restaurants, art galleries. It's a mix.
Now, we've been talking Marina Vallarta, where Amanti is, but what's Vallarta like overall? Any other areas our listeners should check out?
Puerto Vallarta has such a variety of neighborhoods. It's really cool. Each one's got its own vibe. Like if you're looking for energy, lively atmosphere, the romantic zone's the spot, also called Old Town.
Okay, I'm listening.
Cobblestone streets, cute cafes, art everywhere, nightlife hopping there.
Sounds fun. What about if you want something a little more, chill?
Oh, for that, maybe Conchas China's, known for its beaches, gorgeous ones, and those upscale villas. Or the hotel zone, it's newer, bit more modern, cosmopolitan, if that's your style.
So something for everyone, basically.
Pretty much.
Now, let's talk culture. What makes Vallarta stand out culturally? What are some must-dos for anyone visiting?
Well, first off, the people. So warm, welcoming. It's just part of Mexican culture, that hospitality, but you really feel it in Vallarta. They're happy to share their city with you, genuinely.
Yeah, that warmth is one of my favorite things about Mexico. It's instant comfort.
Right. And Vallarta has this rich history, artistic heritage. It's worth exploring. The Church of Our Lady Guadalupe, that's iconic. The Melican, the walkway by the sea, beautiful. And tons of art galleries, local artists, all that.
And gotta ask, the food scene. For me, that's such a big part of experiencing a new place. What should foodies get excited about in Vallarta?
Oh, get ready. It's a foodie paradise. Literally everything. Street tacos, the real deal, amazing seafood, all the way up to fine dining, chefs that are internationally known.
Now you're speaking my language. Must-try dishes. Give me the rundown.
Can't go wrong with fresh ceviche. It's that classic Mexican dish, raw fish marinated in citrus. Then, if you're feeling a bit adventurous, pescados arrondero. Whole fish, grilled over charcoal, special spices.
Both sound delicious. And I'm assuming tequila makes an appearance somewhere.
Only the birthplace of tequila. You'll find every kind in Vallarta. Smooth añejos, smoky mezcals, you name it.
Okay, I'm convinced I need to go, but let's be practical for a sec. For anyone thinking of moving to Vallarta more permanently, what's the cost of living like compared to, say, the US or Canada?
Overall, it's way lower than most big cities in North America. Housing's more affordable, groceries too, transportation's cheap. Depends on your lifestyle, how you spend, of course, but your money goes further in Vallarta, definitely.
Higher quality of life for less. That's appealing.
Right. And something people are often surprised by is the healthcare. Good quality and affordable. Vallarta's got excellent hospitals, clinics, really skilled doctors, and it's a fraction of the cost compared to the US or Canada, often.
That takes a lot of worry out of it, for sure. Now, what about the social side? The expat community in Vallarta, what's it like? Easy to meet people, both expats and locals?
Oh, the expat community is really active, very welcoming, social clubs, volunteering groups, sports, all sorts of stuff to get involved in, meet people with similar interests. And Mexicans, they're known for being friendly, hospitable, so easy to strike up conversations with locals, really get into the culture.
Sounds like a great environment to be in. So besides all the amazing food and sunshine, what else do people do in Vallarta? Top activities.
Oh, so much to choose from. Swimming, sunbathing, surfing, that's a given. But you can hike in the Sierra Madre Mountains, lush jungle trails, waterfalls, it's beautiful. Whale watching, snorkeling, scuba diving, fishing, golfing, honestly, anything you can think of.
The perfect mix of adventure and relaxation, it sounds like.
It really is. And hey, can't forget the nightlife. Vallarta's got it going on from salsa clubs to chill beach bars, all kinds of options.
So whether you're a night owl or an early bird, you're covered. Well, we've explored a lot in this deep dive. Started with Avanti Golf and Marina, all its luxurious features, the spacious units, how sustainable it's built. We got into the investment potential, the specifics of buying in Mexico. And now, hopefully, we've given you a sense of what it'd be like to live in Puerto Vallarta, the culture, the food, the people, that amazing lifestyle.
It's a pretty unique package. Luxury, sustainability, cultural immersion, all in this gorgeous setting.
It is. So as we wrap up, I want to leave everyone with a question. If you could build your dream life in Mexico, what would it look like? Waking up in a beautiful condo, overlooking the marina, maybe? Days spent discovering hidden beaches, amazing meals with new friends. Could Avanti Golf and Marina be part of that dream? Something to think about. Whether Avanti's the right fit or not, we hope this deep dive has got you thinking about Mexico, about maybe investing there, and experiencing everything Puerto Vallarta has to offer. Thanks for joining us.